sure if it's working. It says working on Twitter, YouTube, but I think it's kind of fucked up on Twitch, so I don't know why. Maybe we can wait for a couple of minutes. Seems to work on YouTube. I don't know how to see that on Twitter, maybe like here. Okay. Seems to work. Seems to work on YouTube and Twitter. So we're gonna start. It's 5 p.m. So my name is Pierre, and I'm a software engineer. I've been playing around with tech for a lot of time, like 25 years. And recently, a couple of months ago, I came across this new code editor called CursorAI, and I'd like to, well, I played with it and developed with it for a couple of months now, and I'd like to show you around how it looks, and also some tips and tricks and best practices and stuff like that. So you have the website CursorAI. You can download it. It's free. You have different subscription. So I suggest you start with free because it's always cool to start with free. I have the pro or the business one, and it's really worth. It's really cool. So it's basically Cursor is it's VS Code fork. So everything that you're gonna see on Cursor is just like VS Code, just like that's a VS Code plus the AI features that I'm gonna show you right now. So you have the documentation here, which is good, but they could improve on that. I mean, they have just raised 50 million yesterday, so I suppose they're gonna improve their documentation because it's quite light at the moment, and they also have a forum, which is cool because you have lots of nerds and geeks sharing best practices on the usage of Cursor. So let's just deep dive into. So I created. So I assume you're pretty familiar with developing Python, VS Code, stuff like that. So I created an empty directory, and I'm gonna work. So you have different choice. You can you have something which is kind of cool but weird also. You can replace the command cursor by code or VS Code, so that you can really feel very, very at home. So I decided to just keep cursor. And so the interface is really, really the same as a VS Code. And so on the bottom, I have my terminal, and you still have your folders on the right. You access the settings of Cursor just right here. So you have different panes. We're going to go through that in a moment. And you have three different ways of accessing the AI suggestion of Cursor, which is, let's just create a document. Let's just call the test.py. You have the command K, which opens a dialog right into your editor pane. So you can type your instructions here. You can choose different models. To tell you the truth, Claude 3.5 Sonnet is actually the best one, and that's why I only use this one at the moment. So let's say I want a simple Python program. I don't know. We're going to go through. So for people who are familiar with Copilot, it's very similar as well. So you can accept or you can reject what Cursor suggests you. But first, I'm gonna, because I see here I have no interpreter, and I think we need to do the boring stuff, that is to say, creating an environment, because we want that to be able to install our different packages and stuff like that. So this creates a .venv directory where I will put all my Python packages, so that it can be cool and not mess with my system. So yeah, then you activate your environment. Then you can check, but we're in the good environment right now. So maybe we can take a look at doing a real stuff and not just a plain old hello world example. So maybe we're gonna create a simple fast API. So fast API, you probably know this famous module that helps you create basically API, but you can create website or whatever. It's a really, really, really good framework. So we're gonna use fast API. So I'm gonna install. Actually, they just launched a new documentation about virtual environment. So we've done all that. And we can use that uv pip install fast API. Yeah, I don't have uv, so I could do that. So now we have fast API, so we can start to create something. So I'm gonna, so the best way to, so you have, I said that you have 3 different ways to ask CursorAI. You have command K, which gives you the pane into your editor and then change stuff. So when you have, it's very interesting because you have, when you have a bunch of code, you want, for instance, you have a function or a method you want to refactor, or you just don't want to access the documentation for something which you know how to do, but you don't want to go on the internet and whatever. So you just ask to just do me this or that, and it will give you 4 or 5 good lines of code, hopefully good, so that you can just patch your program like that. The other one is Command Shift L, which gives you a pane on the right. It can give you, you can move it, but and this one is the one I used to use a lot, but now I switched to the third one, which is Composer. So here you can really ask everything, and it will also. So you can specify the model. You can add, for instance, different things, so folders, files to look, code, documentation that you can add, or even your code base, and you can give context or no context, and then it will enhance all these prompts with the given context that you have mentioned. So, but for the time being, I'm gonna use the third one, which is Command-Shift-I, which is called the composer. And the composer is better because it can multi-edit different files at the same moment. So I really used to use composer now a lot. So let's say we want to create fast API simple web application. Hope everything is going fine. So yeah, on the left hand side you have the code that is suggested, and on the right one you have the explanation, and then it applies the modification. So of course it suggests us to install FastAPI and Uvicorn, which is a server to run. But I think we've already done that, so I think it's okay. And then it's gonna apply the modification, but I'm not sure it's gonna work because we haven't created the main file. Yeah, I'm gonna accept all. And now probably I have a main file. Yeah, I have a main file with that. So yeah, now I can probably run that thing. So another thing which is cool is they can, of course, main.py. That's probably because it's FastAPI. So another thing is you can directly from the terminal you have the add to chat or debug with AI here when you have bugs, and you can just put that here, and it puts it in the right hand side panel, so that you can have this context. So I can just ask like help me with this. You could be polite as well, but don't have time for that. Okay, so we haven't installed what we would need. Why? Blah, blah, blah. That's weird. fuck. What is that? So you can apply directly the modification from here. You can reject or accept the modification. But for the time being, okay, it's working now. So we have our hello world, so that's cool. But I'd like to have, we're gonna dive deeper into that. I'd like to get back to the composer here. Okay, I want a front end with simple Jinja templating front end. Can you help me with that? So yeah, usually it's working, and because we're online, it's not working. So it's kind of weird, but recently, so maybe they raised 50 million, they can add servers, but recently there were kind of overload into their system, and sometimes it just like it doesn't work just like that. So okay, now he suggests me to, so I want to have a front end because I just don't want to just reply JSON or whatever. So you can view div viewer or suggested code. So because here is style.css, it's a new file, index.html. So it's going to be a template. So we're going to accept all. And now we're going to have our main. It adds Jinja2 templates with a template directory, static files, etc., etc. And that's it. It should work. So I shouldn't even have to reload the server because I think it's already running. So yeah. So yeah, cool. Now we have a template, right? So from my experience, it is very easy to create a lot of technical depth with this kind of tool, whether it's Copilot, whether it's Cursor, whether it's whatever AI assistant allows you to create lots and lots of code really, really easily. So, and if you ask the system with bad prompt engineering, or if you don't know what you want or what you want to ask or the results that you want, you may have the system that is gonna give you tons of, pardon me, tons of shit. And you will mess up with your code base quite fast. And I think like if you have teams with like teams of software engineers that are using that, maybe junior ones, using that on your code base, I think you will last less than some days and before you commit suicide, because you can really, really write a lot of code. And so my suggestion is that you use it very, very carefully. Maybe so you have different ways of using it carefully. So what I find useful is in the cursor settings, you have your account, different models that you can activate or not. So you can see I only have Claude 3.5. Features, code base or documentation indexing, lots of different stuff. But what is interesting is here, rules for AI. This is kind of pre-prompt that Cursor will integrate prior to every one of your requests. So I really suggest that you put a lot of constraint to this tool, like putting rules, very constraining, very restraining rules, so that the model just don't get too messy, and so that you can put some guardrails at least. Of course, if you can detail the stack or your technical stack, it is better. And this will allow a bit of like guidance for the for Cursor and when it's gonna reply to you in the prompts. So here is my Cursor AI rules, but you can have lot different ones. You can also include. You can also exclude some file, like if you don't want, like for instance, you don't want Cursor to index, like this venv folder is not interesting at all because we don't want Cursor. So it might be if you're programming in Python, it might be a good idea to put your venv into this .cursor rule, like it's just like a git ignore file, okay. And so yeah, put a lot of constraint so that the model don't mess up with your code base. What I think also is kind of interesting is I like the way that you could, for instance, you could create a markdown file. Let's create this file, which I will call it agent quality insurance. I don't want that. I want .md. So here is a markdown file. I will ask Cursor, write me a prompt for an agent that will be expert at software QA testing, so that I can incorporate this agent directives into your prompt. So you could, one of my suggestions, and I saw guys and people doing like that, you could create a bunch of markdown file which will be text file, like markdown here, and this you could have agents with different roles. So in this case, you have a quality insurance agent, but you could have like a project manager agent. You could have a software architect agent, whatever. You ask Cursor to give you a good prompt about how you want this agent to behave, so that you can then in your prompt you can mention here, I can mention my agent quality insurance. So like I want to do some tests on my fast API. Can you act as a QA manager with So basically what I do here is like I ask Cursor to take this pre-prompt, integrate this pre-prompt, and so that it can like just wear or take the shoes of the QA manager, and then it will then all the prompts and all the results in the output then will be with this kind of role as an agent. So I think it's kind of cool because you can modularize and segmentize the different agents in order to not have just have a specialized agent, so that you can do your stuff, like here doing some tests with very focused and precise roles and agents. So this is something that is cool, and that also allows to give some constraints. What I found very interesting as well is all the clean code, clean architecture, solid concepts, all the best practices that we use in software engineering more wisely and generally. It's very interesting to integrate them into your routine as you work on CursorAI. For instance, I had pretty good results adopting test-driven development methodology. That is to say, prior to writing any piece of crappy code, I just want you to write first a test. And in fact, these AI coding assistants won't behave better than any of your colleague. If you don't know what you want, it's not gonna know what you want. If you don't know how to describe your stuff, it's not gonna guess what you have in your head. So you really need to pay attention to your specs, to your user story, to your requirements, because you can really do whatever, and you can blame the tool, but in fact it's your problem to be more precise, more methodics, and etc. etc. So let's say we accept. You also say, I can test this stuff. Let's try. So we created test main, right? Oh, I don't have anything in test main. Yeah, something which is strange. When you go back to your editor, it goes right to the top, and you have to scroll down, which is kind of really weird. So yeah, we need to install some stuff. But it's weird because we don't have anything in the main test. Okay, you can see the code is right here. Right. I'm gonna install, and then cool. Get our test. So yeah, good practice, methodology, best practice, clean code, test first. These are my key points to avoid messing with your code base or messing, because otherwise you can end up in endless back and forth with the AI, which is cool, but in the end it's very time consuming, and you don't want that. And also you will, if you do that, in the end, when you do all this back and forth, because the models, they also do lots of mistakes. Then suggest you stuff, and you just copy paste, or you reply and it's not working, and you ask them, oh yes, I need to, oh yes, you're right, I forgot this, oh yes, you're. So there are a lot of silly small mistakes that makes you lose a lot of time and back and forth with the model, with the prompt, etc., etc. Lots of token as well. So I really suggest that the better you have a prior good preparation, the better your interactions with the assistant will be. So yeah, what's interesting as well is that you can add, and I think you will need to have that. So you can add documentations. So for instance, let's say we want to put some style on our really beautiful website. Let's go to Tailwind documentation, and we're gonna add a documentation. So you see, I put you have different official documentation that CursorAI just put in default, but you can add another one. So yeah, the UI here is not really cool. It should pop up. It's the same color, but well, you copy paste the documentation, Tailwind CSS. If you have a business account, you can share your documentation with your teammates. If you have a pro account, I don't think you can do that. I don't know. And then what the tool is doing is that it's right here. You have the documentation, and you have a vector database where Cursor is saving all the embeddings, so that you can look. It can give all this in context prior to prompting. It's kind of working, but depending on the kind of documentation that you give, it may not index well. For instance, I have a framework that I want to dig into right now, which is fast HTML. So the documentation is here. So when you actually add the new documentation, it won't index it correctly. It will only index one page, whereas in documentation there's a lot of pages. So depending on the architecture of the website of the documentation, look, there is only one page indexed, whereas the Tailwind CSS, we have 179 pages. So depending on the documentation and its structure, it may or may not index well the documentation, which is really, really annoying. I know, and I think the new update version that is gonna be rolled out very, very soon, it should have been today, in fact, is improving on that. And I really think that's a point which is very important to improve, so that we can, because now, for instance, I know that I have Tailwind indexed. I can go back into my main here, or whatever. I will say, I will get rid of, I will just put in context like my main, my index, I will say, okay, now I'd like to pimp this page a bit. Can you come up with a simple layout based on tailwind and tailwind components? Oh, oops, sorry, I forgot something. Or is my okay, right? Strange. I lose my prompt. So I can put the official documentation here, Tailwind CSS. So you can see here it's integrating in its context what we asked. It can also browse the web. So you have all the explanation. So basically, just like he took index.html and kind of pimp with the right style. So let's say we're gonna start again. Well, it's better, right? Cool. Even if I'm not a front-end engineer, I can do some stuff. So as you see, you can add documentation, you can browse the web, you can, of course, you can reference your code base. You can reference different files with the at file, and then you have all the files of your code base. You can reference also with code. You can reference, I think it's like methods or functions in your code, which is kind of cool as well. What to tell you more than that? So yeah, let's just try to do something a bit more cool. I will use I won't use it here. I would use it in the composer. So let's put a form on the index page. I want to be able to upload a PDF file, and then it will send the file to another endpoint. Well, just like that. I mean, it should understand. I want to put a form on the index page, and I want to, so obviously there's going to be an endpoint for treating the uploaded file. And let's see how and what are you going to do? So yeah. So you just add an endpoint with the upload. And in the index.html, we just like have a new form object. So kind of simple. I'm going to save all that. I'm going to refresh that or not. Maybe. I think the change hasn't been done. It's weird because right now I just can't reapply. Because when it's applied, you have a button here to save all. And obviously there is not this button. And you can see that the main hasn't changed, you know. When I do that, I will, you can have the composer here in the main window or just a full page like that. And sometimes I figure it better like that, so reapply all this. Yeah, you know, connection fail. Great, cool, thanks. I like this. Reapply this, please. We're gonna see the change live on this, hopefully. Normally, it's really faster. And I don't know what the fuck happened today, but it's really long. And it's so I don't know if it because they're launching a new version 0.40 or if because they, I don't know, maybe have a big hangover after having raised 50 million. I don't know, but it's really. So it's not finished applying the change. It's really having issues right now. So you can always cancel what you applied. You can reject here with Command Y or Command N. You can reject some of the change or all the change. Rejecting some of the change is kind of weird because it's not going to work. And yeah, here it's having difficulties applying on this very small file. So I don't know, but I should be able to see. Yeah, because the form is not here, right? No, there's no form. Oh, fuck. Sorry. There is no form here. Normally, you could. I don't even have an history right now. We're gonna have more success here. The problem with this kind of work with Command L, so the chat pane here, is like you need to apply the modification on your own, which is really pain in the ass. And look, it doesn't even took the. It didn't took the context because we on the home page we don't have this this thing. The content is not defined here. It's just defined in the template. So let's get it. It's weird. All right. So now it, oops. It should. Cool. Can upload a PDF. At least I can select the PDF. It goes post right now. So yeah, it's kind of working. So great. What I want to do here, I'd like to take this PDF file and I'd like to send it to Anthropic or OpenAI, whatever, and maybe ask something about this PDF and have a response. So we're gonna do that because I think it could be interesting, more interesting than this what we've come to right now, which is kind of really easy. So I'm gonna use a framework called Instructor. I'm gonna put all the link afterwards after the streaming. Instructor is a library that helps you get structured output from the LLM. Different, you can use OpenAI, Anthropic, Gemini, whatever. It gives you tools and methods and an API, kind of API to be able to have very structured output. And it kind of, it puts an abstraction layer between you, what you want, and the LLM, but much more simple than LangChain and other big frameworks. So you suggest you take a look at that. So, and yeah, we're going to use that. We're going to take our PDF file that we just received here by post. We're going to treat this PDF file. So we will need to transform this PDF into different pictures or text. But I really prefer to work with when I ask the LLM. I really prefer to work with Vision LLM because you keep the information of the formatting of the PDF, which is kind of interesting when you infer stuff about the PDF. And when you do just PDF to text or PDF to Markdown, and you only have you get rid of the formatting and the overall look and architecture of the PDF, and you lose some semantic information. That's from my experience. So I would prefer to take this PDF and transform it into a bunch of pictures, and then use Instructor to send this PDF to whatever, OpenAI or Anthropic, whatever. So let's do that. So first of all, we're gonna. So I'm gonna add the documentation of Instructor. I think I don't know if I already have it. No, I don't have it right now. So it's gonna be cool. I want to as soon as I receive the PDF, I want to transform this PDF into a list of base 64 PNG files in memory. I don't want to save it on disk or whatever. So that I can use Instructor. So I put the documentation here. so that I can use in structure documentation, and I like to use, so there is a library which I really like to use, which is called PyMu PDF, which is kind of really cool to work with PDF. I would like to use, let's add another doc, PyMu PDF. Because we're going to use PyMu PDF to work with the PDF and transform each page in a picture as asked. So yeah, let's see how it turns. Modify the upload route, transform the base 64 encoded PNG, PyMu PDF fits, which is a submodule. So what we got? Okay, that is cool. I mean, that's cool. It takes the PDF, it reads the PDF, it creates a stream for each page. It just like convert the page into a base 64 representation of the image, and then it closes and whatever, etc., etc. So this is typically what you come up with LLM. You wouldn't do that. I mean, if you do that, you shouldn't do. I mean, you of course you wouldn't put this treatment into the upload PDF into the root itself. Okay, you would put that into a method, into a modules like utils or whatever, or another thing that would take PDF in input, in parameter, and output a list of pictures, right? You wouldn't put that into like that into a Savage, right? So now you can reject, but you can also say, look, I want to do that the proper way. That is to say with separation of concern, right? I think it's like we said that. What do you think? Yeah, of course, I'm absolutely right. So as you work with LLM, you will see that a lot of the time it will say to you, you're absolutely right, which is not great. Okay. So what he did here is just like, yeah, we have a PDF processor file where we have a process PDF function, which is async, and it's cool. So he's still generating. It seems to be more difficult to generate a separated method, whereas putting it in our root. I hope it's gonna work. Yeah, even the command backspace is not working right now. So they should really have issues right now. I don't know, but so I'm gonna take what I said here, and I will just get rid of this. Okay, right. So what it did is created even a router with root, PDF root, a service layer, PDF services, and even a model. So so the guy took it very, very personally. I mean, he just like for all this, I would have liked something in the middle, just not everything like that. Don't like, I mean, it's always all that. It's always you don't have a middle ground with LLM. You just have even they're messing up like shit, or they are doing very scholar, very like if they were at school, like 101 fast API, separation of concern, put my root, my models, my services, and all that stuff. So, yeah, why not? I mean, I asked that, right? So I'm the one to blame, right? Okay. But the main hasn't been updated, right? I think we have a root, but I think it's not gonna work like that. We have nothing. I think we have nothing right now. You just it's not doing anything. Let's see. Because we don't have anything. My God. Okay. It gets stuck on this file, the PDF processor. Okay. Do something. Just quit. Get back to it. Yeah, the thing is that I don't even have. They really should be in bad shape right now because I don't even have the history. I don't have anything. Whereas I should have the history. Even if in the composer I should have the history. Let's I think it's not going to work. he came up with a totally different way. Which is not that bad. Okay. He actually decided to create object like PDF from Pydantic with the content, the number of page, a processor to extract. I don't want to extract the text from PDF. So yeah, he fucked up, completely fucked up. It's, look, it's, okay. Let's get back to where we were. Okay, here. Let's just create a new composer. I want still the same thing. Still putting everything in the main. Even the creation of instructor or the client to call the LLM and whatever. So it's just doing the same thing. So that's like, no. What I want is a method or function for I think that's better. I think that's better. Let's try that. I think I already have this one. Oh, no. So we'll extract the PDF and it will return the list of base 64 pictures representing the pages, right? let's see. Oops. We need, I think we need, there's a model that we don't have. It's PIL, so I think it's pillow. Let's see if the AI can help us here. Usually it's not that bad as for debugging. Yeah. So you see. So I can even run the command from here. And I'm going to go back here. Yeah. Cool. Working. First page. So I think it's working. So it's cool. So it uploads the PDF, transforms the PDF into base 64 pictures, and it returns back the list of pictures. And so I think that the template is just printing the first page, right? Yeah. So here it's cool. I want to show you here what I was talking about, like command K. I'd rather loop on the image list and display the pictures instead of one picture. In that case, it's very useful to have this inline editor. All right. So we have all the page of the PDF document. Okay. So that is cool. Now let's use instructor. We have still a bit of time. Like if there are still some people over there looking at me coding, I don't know. I don't really know. I don't care. Now that I have my pictures, I'd like to, let's say it's my resume. Let's say I'm gonna add another upload file on the front end because I like to create something that I upload my resume, I upload a job offer, and I ask an LLM, and the LLM just give me a bunch of advices so that I can tweak or pimp my resume so that it can fit the job offer better than that. Okay, so I'd like to have two file upload on the front end, one for the resume and one for a job offer, both in PDF format. I will need to transform, to extract the pages for both, like we did with the first one. I also want the file to be in PDF and no more than 20 megabytes. He added some validation here and there. Yeah. I'm okay with that. So now we should have two different upload. Okay, it's working. We got our resume and our job offer, right? So what I like now is a bit more tricky. I want to send these files to an LLM with instructor. So I'd like to use instructor with, let's say, OpenAI to send this document to OpenAI and ask questions about them through a prompt. Okay. I forgot something, but upload and what did he do? Analyze, create document, identity constructor. Added a new analyze route that uses OpenAI instructor to analyze the document and answer question. No, I don't like that. So I'm going to reject all. I'm going to take what I said here. So a lot of the time you will notice that the prompt, the LLM, is gonna think about something its own way of thinking. I don't want that because I have something in mind. I want to treat the upload with async and with a background task because it's gonna take some time. And I don't want, and I think like for 2 files, it's gonna be still something that the user can wait for. It's not gonna take long, maybe 30 seconds, something like that. But I still want to use it in a background task with fast API, and it seems is doing kind of shit here because I'm too vague in what I asked, and it's just lost. It's just lost. So I try to be more precise. I want As the user uploads its documents, there will be a background task that will launch and extract the pictures representing the documents, and then build a prompt. So we could be good here to put another documentation about how to use a prompt with vision. Let's say we go to OpenAI. We have a link here. Build a prompt with instructor and OpenAI. Reference here, how to build a prompt with Vision LLM. Right? And then we reply to the front end with our result, with the output of what the call to the LLM returned us. Let's see. From what I can see, it seems to be better. It seems to be better. Yes, there is this async IO, create task, background task, stuff like that, which is kind of cool. Process document. It seems to be the right formatting for... It seems to be good. Let's see. Let's see in detail. What? Yeah, you see. It's really... It's a bit fucked up right now because I Command Shift S to save all. It's not working right now. we need to reapply that. Doesn't take in account the changes, the modification of the main, as we can see here. And we still have the old main. Anyway. So let's see, extract PDF page as base64 PNG is cool. Validate PDF is cool. Process document. We got the resume, we got the job offer images, we just iterate and create the messages, and then we're gonna change that. Probably gonna change that. We have a Python tick model here with summary and key points. And we'll need to pass a prompt, right? Because there is nothing, it's just like save all. Seriously? Okay. Weird. Okay. So we need to so I think I have an API key already available in my environment. So this should do the trick, because I think I haven't installed instructor, right? So pip install instructor, OpenAI, Anthropic, and friends. All right. And the prompt. The prompt will be, I can ask him for a prompt here. Him or her, I don't know. I want to apply for a job, and this is the job offer and my resume. Can you come up with a prompt to ask an LLM for insights or guidance into adapting my resume for maximizing my chances as a candidate. All right. Here the model is GPT-4o. We could even take mini. Response model, max token, I think we can get rid of that. Here our response model is document analysis. Let's try that. Well, instructor, you ask the model. So the response model is like basically the structured output that you want the LLM to reply. You want to reply, and you want it to reply into that kind of format. So you give a Pydantic object, but it is transformed into JSON schema, and the LLM is forced to reply into that kind of document, very structured output. And so the response type is of type document analysis, which inherits from base model, which is a Pydantic, which is a very, very powerful library that you should try if you haven't yet done it. So that's it. It should work. No, of course, it won't work. It will crash like I don't know, like a dead rabbit. But anyway. Okay. I have my job offer. No, sorry. I have my resume. I have my job offer. Now it's going to crash. As I said, very predictable thing. Async IO.task object is not callable, blah, 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 blah. So it has to do with background task, whatever. So it just copy paste that error. And it's just like probably something quite easy. Yeah, I don't want this. I really definitely don't like this way of working. Yeah, now you use starlet.background instead of async.io. So sometimes it's very weird that it's just, I mean, it's just the way they're working, right? But just trying something that just don't work. Sorry. Yeah, on job offer. Oopsie. So now we got an error with instructor. So we're getting better. We're getting better. Yeah, because yeah, sometimes it always do that, and it's really a pain in the ass. So this thing, you remember, I removed that. Yeah, just prior this the first prompt I just did. I just put GPT-4o mini, and you don't know why, but he really wants to have GPT-4 Vision Preview, but it's not working anymore because it's what the old way. It's been deprecated or whatever. So now what is working is GPT-4o mini or what, all the actual model, but it will keep you in the back and forth. It will keep you with the bad modification, even though you strictly modify to get the good one, you know. So that is really, really, really a pain in the ass. It's really annoying. Hope we're gonna have something working. I think we could do that. We may be calling OpenAI right now. So yeah, about resume and job offer, etc. It's a thing I found on the internet. It's public information, and I remove all the personal data and whatever, so to keep things clean. And yeah, it seems we're in the matrix and it's not responding, and so, and just for the small stuff we've uploaded, I think it's not normal. So we've probably, so there is a good thing here that you can add, which is kind of cool. It's to add some logging and to put, so you also have, of course, the the completion, auto completion, which is really, really powerful. So what I would like to do is to have some debug. All right. All right, all right, all right. Let's see how it goes. Oops. Got a bunch of stuff here. So here you see all this stuff is base 64 pictures that you send, you know, with the right format, which is image URL, stuff like that, to create your message. And then you have in fact, I think it's working. Yeah, I think it's working actually, because we got the return, which is summary, the position, key points, blah blah blah. The job is for full stack developer, what blah blah, and then we have key points, experience with .NET, C++, etc., etc. So actually, it's working. I think it's working. It was just like maybe we didn't have any output, probably. The background task. Okay. What do we do? Background task, process document. Analysis results. It's global. Okay. Or maybe we just need to call the result. Yeah. Cool. And then we don't have anything. Yeah, analysis complete, and then analysis complete, analysis result. Analysis result. What do we got here? Oh, I don't want that. I don't care about that, but what do we get in the template here? Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Why isn't the analysis results printing here? Useless. That's weird because results global analysis. Let's debug that. He's right. Logging analysis result. Oh yeah, because we started because we started the server again, and it's not, and I think it's been removed, so we don't have anything at all right now. So let's try again. Yeah. Cool. Great. So we got the result from our call to OpenAI, GPT-4o mini, and with some insights. But I still want to display the pictures, and I saw an error here. Oh yeah, because we're probably calling results like in JavaScript or something like that. Yeah. So we're calling, I think we're calling the endpoint result regularly to see if the treatment of the LLM is finished. But when we do that, because it's not finished, the variable analysis result is not yet defined. So that's why we have this bug here. So we should treat that because it's not called. So I'm gonna copy that. Have this bug where. So here I could probably I can reference. I think I can reference. I think I can reference global. No, the variable global and no analysis. No. I'm gonna ask two things here. I also want to have the pictures of the pages of the resume and the job offer on the front end. I'd really like to see what it changed here in the diff view. Like nothing in the main changed. Okay. What he said. First, let's modify the main overhead. Global arena. Okay, that's weird. I cannot see any change. think he may be doing the same thing as a couple of minutes ago, because I'm not sure there's anything here. He said he changed or modified main, and there were not any modification at all. So I think it just mess around. Yeah, it seems to be in bad shape right now. We should be able to see the modification live right now. Yeah, that's it. Here we get modification that he said, like the global variables, etc. Look at that. Look at that. Again, GPT-4 Vision Preview. Motherfucker. I don't want that. Okay, here is a great example. You can accept stuff that you want to accept and not accept the thing you don't want. But you see, you really need to pay attention because this little MF is playing with us. Yeah, why not? Okay. Yeah. Okay. And probably a bunch of changes here. Okay, I will accept everything here in the template. So let's do it again. Let's do it again. Okay, it's not working. I mean, there is nothing. I think it's over now. Like, yeah, we have a key point and stuff like that, so it's not working. Why is not working? So sometimes what I do is just like, I take a screenshot, or even I just take like a screenshot of the whole page, and then I just paste it here. Not updating the front end, whereas the result seems to be okay in the terminal. I'm not pretty sure about. Yeah, why not? Yeah, why not? Sorry. No, it's not working. And I think because he created, we could get rid of this debug because it's too much. He had the information, but we don't have the. There should be a polling stuff. To check the status. I think it said that, right? Create a new status endpoint. Oh, it's on the main. Result. There is no status endpoint. See? I think it's not. This hasn't been added. And this, neither. Probably. So you get the idea. I think in Cursor is a bit tired today, which is really not cool because decided to do the demo today. Anyway, so some takeaways. Be careful. Be really cautious about how you ask Cursor to help you. Think about like prompt engineering is paramount into reaching good results. Try to put lots of constraints either with cursor rules or with different type of agents that you will add, with documentation, with up-to-date documentation. You can also, put web documentation or put GitHub, and it will add it to the context while you're going to ask the LLM. But be really careful because you can lose a lot of time. It can really make you 30 or 40% faster, but you can also lose a lot of time by back and forth with different kind of misunderstanding, because you gotta think of that thing, Cursor and the LLM and the assistants, like they are interns or they are your employee or they are your colleague, and you just need to ask them the good things the right way, and the way you would do that with a colleague and with someone that you would wait something understandable. I mean, and so the more vague you are, the less chance of success the output will be. The more precise, the more methodic methods and rigors and the best result you will have and the output will be. So yeah, that's it. It's just my 2 cents. Obviously, a big shout out to the creator of Fast API, the creator of Instructor, the creator of Cursor. If you can try it, It will really blow your mind. There is another one. Right now, there are two big players. There is Dead, this one, which is, I think, written in Rust and not an Electron base because Cursor is like VS Code is an Electron-based application. So this one, that is kind of the competitor of CursorAI and has gained a lot of traction recently. So there are a bunch of, it's a kind of war of the AI assistants right now. And I think it will really change the way software engineer works, maybe by reducing the need for software engineers by maybe 40 or 60%. So yeah, that's it. I hope you enjoy the streaming. Sorry, it's the first. Please feel free to give your feedbacks, either good or bad. I will learn. I will keep learning on that. And yeah, thank you very much.